We're back. It's a Friday. It's the One of a Kind Financial Show Daily with your host, Mike Milligan. I want you to be one of a kind. You deserve it. You deserve a life that's uniquely yours. And part of that is to get a one of a kind financial plan to help you live that life. On September 26th, right? That's today's date. But in 1969, two major things happened. One, the Brady Bunch aired for the first time on TV. But that's not what we're going to talk about today. Abbey Road was released in the UK, featuring classic tracks like Come Together and Here Comes the Sun and the famous Zebra Crossing album cover. This album marked the final studio recordings with all four original members of the Beatles together. On a recent segment of the One of a Kind Financial Show, Gary and I talked about the Beatles, both Gary's life experience with them and what their music says about money.
So let's dive into our segment about the Beatles. It's going to be fun. Now this summer, Mike, his wife and daughter, they wanted to cruise to England, to Ireland, and to Scotland. Now one of the stops was Liverpool, which of course is famously known as the birthplace of the Beatles. Mike, you visited some famous spots where the Beatles got their start. Tell us a little about this trip. This is interesting.
Yeah, so we had a great guide in Liverpool that took us to the childhood homes of John Lennon and Paul McCartney, which, by the way, are now have open tours that's run by the National Trust. We also saw Ringo Starr's home. We also went to the Cavern Club, where the Beatles played over 300 live events. We went to the Beatles Story Museum, which was absolutely amazing. We walked on Penny Lane, and then we went to Strawberry Field and got to see the piano John Lennon used when he created the song Imagine. See, we love to travel, and when we do, we like to bring back tales of those travels and incorporate them into the financial planning process.
Did you cross the street, Abbey Road? Did you cross Abbey Road?
Well, Abbey Road's actually in London, right?
Oh, it is in London. That's right.
Yeah. So we started in London, and when we actually did go across Abbey Road while we were there on the trip. But that's not in Liverpool. I mean, it's not the
right.
It's a little different part.
Yeah, exactly. That's where the Abbey Road studios were, of course, and the Beatles did their last concert on that rooftop many years ago. Okay, so I got a couple of Beatles stories for you.
Let's hear 'em.
Shea Stadium, 1965. A very young man in the crowd, me. My mom and dad took me to see the Beatles at Shea Stadium in 1965, Mike. It was crazy.
Holy cow.
All I remember was a lot of screaming teenage girls and a sound system that was not big enough for the Shea Stadium crowd.
Wow. And
but it was fun.
Our old timers will remember Shea Stadium was the home to the New York Mets.
That's right.
For many, many years in Flushing, New York.
Yes, exactly right. It was a stadium that held about 60,000 people, and the place was packed. And I just remember you couldn't hear too great because the girls were screaming, but it was quite the experience. Okay,
I love that.
Now, fast forward many, many, many years later, I'm working in Minneapolis, St. Paul, and Paul McCartney is doing a show in St. Paul that night. And guess who gets to meet Paul McCartney? This guy right here.
Holy cow, Gary.
Yep. Got to meet Paul McCartney, got to spend a few minutes with him, shook his hand, took a picture. And I've never been starstruck. I've met a lot of celebrities during my course of my career, but man, I was starstruck. I called him Mr. McCartney. He said, Gary, call me Paul. I'm just like everybody else. And he was just a normal guy telling some great stories. He told the story about how he was on the tarmac on 9/11 getting ready to take off, too. He told me that story, too, as well. Yeah, so there you go. There's my two Beatles stories. How about that, huh?
That's great. That's absolutely amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, that really is. All right, so some of the biggest Beatles songs that we can relate to, we're going to talk about that a little bit. Let's talk about Hey Jude. Lesson from take care of yourself, of your future self first.
Yeah, everybody, I think in their head now, they know the song Hey Jude is probably playing in your head. Just as the song encourages Jude to take a sad song and make it better, I tell clients a solid financial plan addresses pain points like debt or retirement fear and creates hope through action steps. So don't worry about your money. Just do something positive.
All right. How about let it be? Stay calm and trust the plan.
In uncertain times, let it be stands for trusting the process and not making emotional knee-jerk financial decisions. See, markets and life have ups and downs, so lean into a well-built plan and let long-term wisdom guide you forward.
Yeah, absolutely. The show is the one-of-a-kind financial show. I'm Gary Nolan, your consumer advocate. With us is Mike Milligan. Mike is with Ideas by Mike. You like what you're hearing today? Let's get you on the calendar, get you all set up with that comprehensive plan. There's no cost. There's no obligation. 800-748-1838, 800-748-1838, or text the word IDEAS to 600-700. The folks at Ideas by Mike standing by ready for your phone call. All right, so we talked about Hey Jude, Let It Be. How about Yesterday? A great song written by Paul McCartney and sung by Paul.
Yeah, so the lesson is you learn from the past but plan for the future. So Yesterday reflects on what's been lost or forgotten. So my tip is understand where you've been financially, the habits, the mistakes, or the missed opportunities, but use those lessons to make a stronger plan for the future and not to live in regret.
All right. Next one is Come Together. You ever listen to the lyrics Come Together?
It's so
quite,
good.
Quite bizarre, I would have to say.
Well, they are, right? And so it's like coordinating all the pieces together, and that's some of the brilliance of the real songwriters, right? Of that generation. Like come together for like on a financial plan is just as the song brings different elements together. Financial planning means combining taxes, retirement, investments, long-term care, and legacy, right, into one cohesive, personalized plan, because better results happens when everything comes together in a one-of-a-kind financial plan.
Right.
One last message from our compliance team. As a reminder, Mike Milligan, Certified Financial Planner, is an investment advisor representative of Advisory Alpha, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. All opinions expressed by me, Mike, or any podcast guest are solely our opinions and do not reflect the opinions of Advisory Alpha. This recording is for informational purposes only, should not be relied on solely for investment, tax, or legal decisions, and it's in no way intended to communicate or guarantee specific performance or suitability of any security instrument or product, as we may have discussed. Investment advisory and financial planning services offered through Advisory Alpha LLC, a registered investment advisor. Insurance products are provided by Ideas by Mike, a licensed agency located in Norfolk, Virginia, and licensed to do business in all 50 states. While tax and legal issues may be discussed in the general course of financial and investment planning, Advisory Alpha does not provide tax or legal services. Please consult with your tax or legal professional prior to making decisions related to these issues. If you want an appointment with Ideas by Mike or One Oak Financial, please reach out via our website. This podcast is produced in conjunction with Mike Milligan, LLC.